Reg, how are you, King?
I'm good, man. I'm all right.
Skins look flawless as per usual.
Thanks.
Rob's just throwing out the compliments today.
Yeah.
I've been playing. So I've recently been playing Truth or Truth. Very fun game. Didn't know how fun it was.
Rob, how the hell you lose to Mouse twice?
Fam, because we couldn't use.
Because you want to see you beat him, Reg.
We couldn't.
You know, Reg, don't be asking questions if you're not stepping in the arena.
We couldn't use the same. Well, wow, that's a bar. We couldn't use the same songs from the last time we played because if we did, then I would have been up 2-1. So when he said that, I was like, "Oh shit!" So he was kind of well prepared for what I had as far as like song selection.
I walked in and you were playing Wild Wild West.
No, he played Wild Wild West, and
that was terrible.
I played Blue Street. Girls like Diamonds Are Girls' Best Friend.
Oh, the fuck you, Jay-Z. You drive me crazy. I forgot about that.
Yeah, everybody.
What were you guys doing? Like a sample game?
Nah, it was an Oxcord battle.
Oh.
So, Mena, why don't you call out Mouse?
What do we do?
Well, you don't get IG.
Oh, yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Use the FKB Instagram.
I mean, I have a burner. I have the agency, which I do. Well, because it's my company's profile, but we're not LLC, so I don't promote it until I'm LLC. But I'll be sneaking into it when I want to watch the battle.
So we did the genre was movie soundtracks. He did Wild Wild West. I did Diamonds Are a Girl Best Friend by Jay-Z.
Got that one.
And then I think he picked one Jay-Z song, and I picked Can I Get Her? And I won that round.
Won that one.
But is it by track or is it by the whole soundtrack?
Just a song.
No, it's just a song.
I think I could play that.
Yeah.
And then
whatever the category is.
Blue, I lost with the Blue Streak one, which I should have went with Eric Sermon and Marvin Gaye.
Oh, music?
I was gonna do that, but I was just like, And then that's from the Danny DeVito and Danny DeVito. Yeah.
So how do you decide the category? Like, is it a movie genre? Is it the actual movie itself? And then you guys go back and forth on the soundtrack?
You pick whatever genre you want. I just picked my particular genre to battle Mouse was black movie soundtracks. But you can pick whatever genre you want. It's just everybody picks R&B, and I'm like, I'm not battling you in R&B. I'm not doing it.
Black movie soundtracks is good. Boomerang is.
Yeah, I was thinking of going just straight 70s soul with him.
That's what Mouse did when we battled Friday, IG kept cutting us off. So when we first did my battle, he picked Love Should Have Brought You Home Last Night from Boomerang, and I picked Waiting to Exhale Shoot by Whitney Houston. Ooh. And I lost. I was just like, all right, whatever. I get it.
You could have picked Not Gonna Cry from
White Guys Who Sound Black.
What happened?
My other one was going to be White Guys Who Sound Black.
Oh, nah. Kaz did that. Kaz did White Full Soul Man, and Mouse played Bobby Caldwell and got him the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, that's what I would have gone for. I would have gone for the Bobby Caldwell, or I would have gone for Hall & Oates.
He played both of them and smacked the shit out of him, and Kaz was out.
Damn. Mouse is good. All right.
Wait, what did he rebuttal with? I'm interested.
So when
anybody play?
So I did shoot. I lost that.
What did Kaz rebuttal?
Oh, Kaz played.
No, yeah. I mean, you can turn it off, but I'm good.
Kaz played.
If I ran stream, it's because I got a call from the doctors.
He played You Called by Jimmy Reed from Strictly Business. And then Mouse played something else, but he picked all the classic white people songs. Oh, he played that song that Warren G used to sample regularly.
Oh, Michael McDonald.
Yeah. So Mouse played that, and then it was like after those three, after the Bobby Caldwell, Hall & Oates, and McDonald's track, it was over. And I was like, damn, Kaz. And Kaz already had him because, the best genre I've seen played that was really, really good was Best of Rockefeller with no Jay-Z.
That's a good one. Wow. That's a really fucking good one, man.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So that was really, but the problem is that the fucking crowd in the damn IG Live be putting suggestions, and then people take that suggestion, because I know there's no way Mouse was gonna play Mary J. Blige, I'm Not Gonna Cry, after I played If This World Was Mine by Luther for the Wood soundtrack. That was like,
Not Gonna Cry is on the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack.
Yeah, but that was
he didn't play that. He didn't play that against If This World Were Mine.
He played.
Remember, you lost to Computer Love that round.
Yeah, and I was just like,
Rez was in there studying.
I don't think Computer Love should have won against If This World Were Mine. That shit was crazy.
Rez was in there studying, huh?
Bro, that's Computer Love.
What's good, Mouse?
If This World Were
Mine. What we talk? Robbie talking about that ass whooping from last night.
That's bullshit, my nigga.
I was like, Rob didn't realize his mouth just came in the room.
Can I be caught up? Can I be caught up? Because I want to be able to defend myself in both my Rob. Rob, you just catch me up what you were saying, because I just want to be able to defend myself. If that's
all right, King. I'll keep you up to speed.
I was asking questions about how it works, the Ox Bottle.
So what we do is we go 5 rounds, and I do it in a very Stump the Schwaz way, if anybody's old enough to remember that show. So like, I'm like, this is all like a super boisterous thing where I'm like, nobody's gonna beat me. So I allow everybody to challenge me with their own genre. So you bring the genre, and we go 5 rounds. I pick judges. Out of the live, so that way it's all fair. And then we go to war for 5 records. And Rob, the first time Rob didn't make it past 3, he got swept. We brought the drums out.
I forgot you played some Janae Aiko track, and I was like,
Rob, you picked the genre.
I don't count
Wait, you played a Janae Aiko track?
I picked blog era rap. I picked blog era rap, and this
Rob said, no, you didn't say blog era rap. You said
I did.
Rob, everybody heard you. You said blog era hits, and that's why I asked you. I said hits, and you were like, yeah, R&B is in that too, and I smoked you.
And then this nigga
he went 0-3. He shot a brick, and then he got sent home. And then he came in there. Yo, matter of fact, since we here, Rob is under the impression that the Bad Boys franchise is a black movie. Now, Bad Boys 3 is a black movie. That's a black movie. But
Why?
Bad Boys 1 and 2.
Wait. Why is
Bad Boys 1 is a black movie. The other 2 Bad Boys aren't black movies.
No, I disagree. Bad Boys 1 and 2 are just, they're regular they're studio films with 2 black lead actors. But Bad Boys 3 is a black ass film. They shot that on Tyler Perry Studios. That's a black ass film.
So what do you? Because we couldn't get a clear definition what people felt was what made it a black film.
The majority of the cast wasn't black. Like this was, you weren't telling a black story. This was just a story about 2 Miami cops who happened to be black. Like there was nothing Afrocentric about that film. There was nothing about that film that was specific to the black experience. That was it just was. It was a buddy cop film with 2 black actors. Now, Bad Boys 3 was some ghetto shit. That was a black movie.
I didn't see it. I didn't have an interest in it, honestly.
If I'm going on those rules, I say none of the Bad Boys movies are black films.
I think the story of Mike. Well, I don't. Everyone who wanted to see
Mike, but Mike being like a horrible dad.
Not a horrible dad, but an estranged dad. He didn't know like how he was a bad dad.
That was very black of him, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Got a Hispanic woman pregnant, and then he don't meet him till he's 28. That's crazy.
I mean, that happens in the Bronx very often.
The black movie Mouse. What you trying to say out here?
Did his kid happen to be Reggie?
To be honest, he kind of looked like him.
That nigga could fight though.
Speaking of Mouse and Reg,
what happened there?
Reg,
Mouse, son.
In the
Reg, what I did? I violated?
Nah, what are you talking about?
Oh,
Oh,
they got the smoke for you.
Nah, they want me to battle you. Yeah, that's all.
Reg, you'll get clipped. I'm not even gonna play with you.
Okay, okay, now we're not gonna do that.
Reg, you'll get clipped.
We're not gonna do that. I
Reg,
can pick a category.
Reg,
I can pick a category.
Reg.
I see. You know what? I was in there the other day. I was studying. I know.
Look, yeah, do that. Study it. But this is what you gotta remember. Like Robbie learned. If you take me to them deep waters, you better drown me. This is really what I do. Like this not to play for play. People do get on live and just, oh look, I could play this song and I could play this. I'm going to. That's why Robbie got sent packing yesterday and had the sad face.
I don't know why, Rob. Rob, what was your first song?
Don't You Stop from Soul Food.
It was what?
Don't You Stop the Music from Soul Food.
Don't You Stop? Yeah, that wasn't,
Like he led it with Yarborough and Peoples, bro. Like what's up with you, bro? Like against me? You gotta come harder than that. Come on, brother.
Man, I really felt like I would have if IG didn't fuck that up, I probably would have won that one. But I give it.
Your toughest round was Computer Love and If This World Were Mine. That was the toughest round.
Because I was up.
He didn't deserve that. You were never up. You about to lie. You were never up. I had you the whole battle.
For the IG one on Friday, we did.
Rob, the IG.
Oh yeah, because niggas was saying Tail Feather wasn't a black film, and that's how that put me down. When I was like, wait a minute,
what wasn't a black film?
They were saying Tail Feather from Bad Boys 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
But I didn't even complain. I just looked and was like, and then I smoked his ass. I played Hoochie Mama. There was nothing he had.
Yeah.
Instagram saved him.
You played Tail Feather, bro. That's an ugly record, bro. That's not an ugly record.
That a whole.
That's Murphy Lee's best verse.
That's a great record. What the hook's gonna be still exist, right?
That is not Murphy Lee's best verse. It's Welcome to Atlanta.
What's the hook gonna be still exist?
Yo, you said
Welcome to Atlanta remix.
No. Wait.
How did Rob get it?
Tail Feather is a stupid song, bro.
How did Rob get in this? How did Rob get
not that one? The one
he paid his way in. Is payola?
Hell no.
That's payola.
Rob just said, "Shake Your Tail Feather" is Murphy Lee's best verse.
Hey, Murphy Lee got the best verse on Welcome to Atlanta remix.
Yup.
Giddy has the best verse on the Atlanta remix.
New York niggas don't want to admit that, but
we're not gonna disrespect.
We're not gonna
disrespect Puff.
Okay.
Welcome to New York, where we don't play. Out of towners get shot like every day.
Every day.
After that, there was nothing else to talk about.
Tell Flex to run it back and drop a bomb on it.
I don't know that name.
So let's get into this late breakfast topic, y'all. We're gonna talk about the recent IG battles that Swiss Beats and Timbaland have been curating. This weekend we got the legendary battle between the RZA and DJ Premier. A lot of people have different opinions on it. Some people feel like the RZA came for war. Some people feel like it was effortless for Primo, no matter what he could do. Then we had the surprise battle between, not surprise, but the surprising win from Jonta Austin versus who was it? Who he went against?
Neo. That was surprising.
That wasn't a surprise.
No, a lot of people picked Neo versus Jonta Austin. A lot of people didn't even know who Jonta Austin was. That's why I said it was surprising.
A lot of people on Twitter were born in '92, though.
That's fine, but I'm just saying the general consensus. A lot of people didn't know that he was even a writer. A lot of people didn't know that him and Brian Michael Cox wrote a lot of hits for Usher and Mariah Carey.
A lot of people on Twitter listen to that Spotify list R&B.
I don't think that. I just think a lot of people don't read album credits. A lot of people don't like. No, a lot of Mariah Carey wrote a lot of her hits.
No, a lot of people are casual fans and like to paint themselves as like these esoteric, all-knowing beings because they got a few followers.
Yo, I'm telling you, liking 90s and 2000s R&B is like a personality trait.
Yeah.
And we had Hit Boy.
If you're like, yo, what you mix with? 90s R&B?
It ain't 90s R&B love.
And then we had Hit Boy and Boy Wonder. And that was very good because we got a lot of cool unreleased tracks played by both of them, right?
I thought that shit was lame.
I mean, I only paid attention to the only thing that caught my eye in that battle was the Nip record. I don't want to see no new niggas battle.
Okay.
I kind of like that Benny, that the unreleased Benny was kind of really good though from Hitman. I really like the sound of that.
Are we gonna care about this record in 10 years?
Right.
Like that's why I don't like these new niggas.
Honestly, it's hard to say. It's hard to say.
That's what I'm saying. Like these new niggas, they don't got enough. They don't got enough. Like JD when he was flipping on B Dot earlier, like he said, talk to niggas that got belts. Mm-hmm. These niggas don't got no belts yet. These niggas don't got no.
He made a really good point because everybody want him to battle Track Masters. He made a good point when he was like,
he said
don't even have Instagram. He was like, Track Masters don't even have Instagram. How you want me to battle? Where am I battling them?
Points were made.
I also feel like so the battles are a response to how the culture is dealing with quarantine, right? Because then it all started with D-Nice breaking records on live, and then we started doing fun shit. I also think apart from like the new kids, maybe us not wanting to hear anything from the new guys, it's also able to break some older reputations because Sean Garrett went out ugly in this battle.
So let me list off the other battles before we start chatting. So then we had the Dream versus Sean Garrett, which was entertaining, to say the least, because Sean Garrett was incredibly drunk, high, emotionally fucked up, whatever. We found out a lot of behind the scenes on Rockefeller tea because of how bitter Sean Garrett is that he didn't get the deal that the Dream has with and the relationship that he has with Jay-Z and Beyonce. And then before that, the battle that started all this was Beats and Timberland, where I felt like that kind of really put Swiss Beats in a bad light. Oh, and we got Little John versus T-Pain, which was, I think, the most fun one that we watched.
The best battle thus far.
And then we had Manny Fresh versus Scott Storch, which was an ass whipping. That really hurt me.
That hurt.
I didn't like how it was paired up.
I felt like
it wasn't an ass whooping as much as it was like it was just not like this is what happens when you don't set out the rules. Yeah. Like what are we doing? We doing hits, we doing culture. Like because if we're doing culture, then to be honest, Manny Fresh whooped his ass. If we're doing hits,
I would have rather see Manny go against like a Toomp or go against a more DJ that's more in that Toomp.
I don't feel like
I would have loved to see
Toomp is Manny Fresh on Manny Fresh's level.
I think Toomp
I have a question, just so that I can remember the order of how the rules came up. First was Swiss and then came Hit Boy and then came Sean and Dream, and that's when shit started going left. And then was Manny Fresh and Scott Storch, right? And then after that, they made the rules. They were like 20.
No, they made the rules for the Scott Storch.
They set the rules. Like they had like the most, like they had the most proper battle that made the most sense and like worked out the best, in my opinion.
Whose battle?
Johnson Austin and
Neo.
And Neo, I mean.
Theirs was the first one with rules, right?
But I'm just saying, like, theirs made the most sense.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Theirs definitely was the best matchup, but along with, I would say, RZA and Primo, but for the most part, I felt while it was something that I guess like is good for the culture, everything was also kind of like a mismatch. Like I never would have, like when I think of Manny Fresh, I don't immediately think that his adversary is Scott Storch. Like I think of like maybe Uncle Luke because New Orleans Bounce versus Miami Bass, or I think of maybe Manny Fresh versus Jazzy Faye or something like that.
Jazzy Faye would have been great.
The only way to make it fair is to actually put Manny Fresh against a Scott Storch, because anybody else Manny Fresh is paired up with in his realm, he is astronomically better than and has like so much more accolades. So even if you put him against a Jazzy Faye, a DJ Toomp, like Manny Fresh is bling bling, like the words in the dictionary. Project, like he has so many hits that are gonna steamroll his competition.
What about Manny Fresh and Juicy J?
Hell no.
I don't know about that. I
would. Hell no.
I don't
know what.
I don't want to see Manny Fresh lose like that.
That's like watching
Juicy J would body Manny Fresh.
That's like saying
be a good battle.
That's like saying
a good battle.
That's like saying I want to see Mike Tyson. That's like saying I want to see Mike Tyson fight Floyd Mayweather. Like two great competitors just in two different leagues. Like
not fair.
I want to fair.
It's not matched at all.
I don't understand why it's not fair.
Because what you got to understand is once they go into a battle and it's for the public to consume, Manny Fresh is going to be able to wade those waters better because Manny Fresh is going to have more recognizable records. So if you think about it, Juicy J is gonna go stay sipping on scissor. Maybe the masses might know that record. Stay fly.
No scissor. Stay
fly. Bitch better have my money.
Songs like Tyrus.
Pop my collar.
I hope.
Like you gotta remember.
You missing the monster. Count him up though.
Is he gonna have 20? Is he gonna have 20?
Juicy J ranges from like early 90s, the tail end.
He's got shit with The Weeknd and French Montana too.
The Hustler Flow soundtrack. He has two big songs off of that.
International Players Anthem, bro.
Yeah,
Juicy. People sleeping on Juicy J. Y'all gotta put more respect on that man's name. Real shit.
I love the inclusion of Juicy.
He would destroy Manny Fresh.
He has a lot of cultural moments that people just are forgetting. I feel like battle shit.
He would destroy Manny Fresh. Destroy. Records he produced.
And
destroy Manny Fresh.
I want a mic now too.
Quarantine. Destroy.
He would destroy Manny Fresh.
In Manny's defense, like only thing this battle proved is how much
Juicy J got well over 30 years of hits, bro.
So does
like 30. Are you Eli? Are you saying? Are you using words in their proper context? 30 years of hits.
He's got hits, bro.
You said 30 years.
And hits that he's produced for other people.
You said 30 years.
Probably 20 to 25.
He's got well over 30 years under his belt of hits, bro.
What does Manny Fresh have?
Ranging from like 99, 2000. So I'd probably go back.
Manny Fresh got
30 years is a bit of a reach. You're adding a whole decade.
He's got regional hits, bro. No, man, stop that. Like, I love Manny Fresh too, but I'm riding for
matter of fact, nigga, we're 30. We're 30. We're all over. We're in our 30s. Manny Fresh, I mean, Juicy J.
I'm not over 30. I'm not over 30 till tomorrow, so I'm 30. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
Listen,
happy early birthday.
That was an exaggeration. What I'm saying is that their trajectory is about the same. So it's an even fight. You're saying like it's an uneven fight. It's actually a very.
I feel like it's a great matchup.
It's an amazing
matchup. I think it's a great matchup.
I think with that matchup, they're both in they both can excel. You know what I mean? I feel like Manny. I'm not to sound like I'm making excuses for Manny Fresh, because I would say if you want to put if you want to put Manny's hits versus Scorch's hits, Manny is not winning. But
those doesn't mean those are good songs. Just because he has songs with them, don't make them good songs.
And that's a different thing.
Naming shit.
People, we've also seen that as well. Like, unfortunately, when we watched the battle with Manny Fresh, he played a lot of songs that were regional hits that really just didn't know.
We didn't want to get
that's been my entire issue with the
Manny Fresh could have played.
Wait. This is important because James is about to shake the table, and I want everybody to hear.
We've been waiting.
That's been my entire issue with the whole Verzuz thing. Is because I feel like none of these artists are given a chance to really excel in their lane. It's been so mismatched, with the exception of Jonta Austin versus Neo and RZA and Premier, because I feel like it's I don't know. Like, I feel like as a culture, we have to set the bar higher than this. Because
so wait, I have a question, a follow-up.
Even T-Pain versus Lil Jon made no fucking sense to me.
It was a great battle, though.
I disagree.
It was a great battle. It was a fun battle, but it made no sense.
I disagree. Lil Jon and T-Pain might have been the best placed battle. That might have been the best. That might have been the most even battle we had. The only thing that fucked it up is T-Pain played the R. Kelly record, which threw everybody's scorecard off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
T-Pain doesn't play the R. Kelly record. We're having a different discussion.
How do you feel about that, though?
Because they both went. Like
Is he
they
wrong
both
for
went,
that?
yes, he's wrong. What the fuck are you?
But if he feels that's his best verse, and it is one of his best songs,
first of all, it's not his best verse. It's not even close. It's
one of his best verses.
That's one of his best verses.
Listen, here goes the thing, and I'm gonna whisper this. If he wanted to play an R. Kelly verse that's fire of his, he should have played the Same Girl remix. Because that verse is way better.
Yeah.
Way fucking better.
But he would have still gotten the same reaction because at the end of the day, it's R. Kelly.
He threw the scorecard off. He had better verses. He had way better verses. Yeah, like
that probably would have worked better. He's right. If had he played the verse and not the hook, it probably wouldn't have hit and fucked up the vibe the way it did.
You might have forgot. If you would have punched in on the verse, you might have actually forgot that that's the R. Kelly record.
Yep.
All right. So I am curious about and I'm sure we were gonna get to this point. We're gonna get to this at some point, but the Babyface and Teddy Riley thing, right?
I can care less.
It's supposed to be.
Whoa! How do we exit somebody out the chat?
Wait, right?
Relax, Eli. Relax, nigga.
He's a fucking.
I don't like the energy today, Eli.
No,
bro, we should have been got that battle. They want to monetize. Like, get out of here.
Why you got one glove? That's not doing anything. All right.
I hate that stupid glove.
Nice gloves. So
nigga look like a.
Who are we going for? Who do you think got it? Do you think Teddy Riley was wrong with the way he was handling it?
I want to talk about that. Yeah.
So I'm going to say, like, once again, going back to what Jermaine Dupri said, we got to understand we're talking to royalty at this point. Nobody who's battled thus far has a catalog deep enough. We could take everybody who battled, put them all together, and they're still not touching the legacy of a Teddy Riley or a Babyface in L.A. Reid. It's not happening. So we have to deal with these niggas on a different level of respect. Yeah. So we should have already known off rip that niggas who got records with Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Jermaine Jackson,
Eric Clapton,
Eric Clapton, the man who created an entire genre. We should have known that they were coming different. Like we should have known that. Like we should have known that they were going to come different. So whatever they choose, however they choose to do this, we just got to be blessed and be thankful that we're getting the opportunity to listen to these two legends go off. Anything other than that, you're bugging.
That's all I was
While I agree with that, I still like, hold on. I haven't gotten to speak either, Tori, and we're all waiting for these gentlemen to get everything out of their system. While I agree with that, I also feel like this is why you should be, if you have Tim and these motherfuckers' numbers in your pocket, that could have been handled behind the scenes. The same way they decided to brand it with Verzuz, like James likes to say, or whatever they were doing. They could have came to us and said, you want to catch this battle, is going to be on this platform. Where they dropped the ball was having those conversations publicly, was obviously not looping Babyface in, because then he loops back in looking like the savior of it all, which I'm team Babyface anyway. But with all of that said, I feel like if they had handled that differently, the public would have reacted differently. Everyone's at home, locked up.
Fuck the public.
What are gonna have? But the public is the scorecard.
We ain't paying for this shit. Fuck the public. The public ain't paying. We watching this on Instagram for free.
But in the same token, we talk about people learning music and learning cadence and learning the history of music. It is a history lesson for some. A lot of people don't know that music. This is an opportunity for you to expand your legacy far more further than what it is now.
Those kids don't care. If you
do
care, are gonna go to wherever the platform.
I don't think the kids. Here goes the thing. I don't think the kids are watching. I don't think the kids are watching these battles.
I think the kids who really want to learn how to make music, lasting music, they're paying attention.
The kids
talking about students. That's the difference. Anybody who's a student of the game already knows who these guys are. But Tori and I know you felt a certain type of way about them, Teddy trying to take it to his platform. So I would love to hear that.
Well, first off, I wanted to say this. It's coming out now that like Babyface had COVID, like everybody in his household, and Teddy Riley alluded to that. I forgot who he was speaking with. He was like, "Well, Babyface has been sick," and he said that it wasn't COVID.
Charlemagne.
okay, it's talking Charlemagne, but then it's come out that Babyface did have COVID. So at first, I was really frustrated. Well, no, I'm still really frustrated. I was really frustrated with Teddy Riley because I'm like, you want to take it to your own platform. The thing is that we're all on Instagram. Making everyone go to another platform, whether it's seamless or not, like it takes away everyone being able to like live chat and do all of that on IG Live. So I get like there's some difficulties, but I'm pretty sure for the magnitude of Babyface and Teddy Riley, like Mark Zuckerberg is going to make sure that those servers are up and giving them everything that they need. Even if he has shut down other people's Instagrams and make sure that they are still streaming and doing everything they need to do. So I just felt like Teddy wanted to do that, and if that's what stopped it, then that's one thing. But now that we're getting more information, we're finding out that Babyface probably wouldn't have been ready when it was time anyway. So Teddy Riley, like sharing his thoughts, I don't think it mattered, and I don't think that was the case. And we still haven't heard much from Babyface, so that also leads me to believe that he probably really was sick and like trying to get past his like what happened with DJ Jazzy Jeff as well.
Well, yeah, he put up a whole statement. He put up a statement. He that's when he was saying that he had COVID. That's when he confirmed it. That's when I didn't even know you could do this. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Word, I didn't know that shit.
For the public that can't see the chat, Mouse is booing.
So for me, initially when the news came out, like I didn't have any problem with Teddy Riley being like, well, I have this site and I want it to be on here. Cause it's like, yo, if I have my own site, I have my own platform and I know my worth as an artist and I know that the public want to see this, I'm going to drive them all to my site if I have the platform. And it just so happens like maybe 2 days before he said this and got attacked for it, he streamed a free concert on his site.
Exactly.
And that shit was fire. Like the quality was great. And I'm like, yo, well, who are we to be mad about this man having his platform and him wanting to use it and taking it off of Instagram?
We all got the right to be mad about it because everybody else is doing it on Instagram.
Because if you
I've been waiting to say this. I think the Instagram way of going about it wasn't the best way. I think Twitch probably would have been better. I think there's other things that would have been better that are free as well. And I get they only went to it because Instagram's easier. However, it kind of sucks for the people who don't initially till I didn't know you could watch it on your desktop. It sucks for the people who don't know or don't have, people at home who don't have computers or don't have whatever and are watching on your phone. It sucks to be glued to your phone and you can't comment and interact with other people, like your friends directly, as opposed to all of that. You could have not had a streaming service, but it could have been on Twitch, and Twitch has the chat rooms. It could have had the same vibe. I just feel like Instagram is it just sucks having to watch it on your tiny ass phone, and the quality is poor as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. So if you got a site, man, I'm gonna be there.
If I could hear that, if I could hear these beats, like if I could hear Premier Battle RZA with quality sound, not half of the battle cutting in and out, I would have had a much better experience with all of it.
But that's why I think it's up to the businessmen to make business decisions and announce that. You don't really ask the general public.
Right.
It's kind of like pussyfooting. If you say, you decide, yo, the next battle is going to be on this streaming service, catch us there. Everybody would have found a way to get their way over there.
For the most part, the public was going to turn on him anyway because they don't know who the fuck Teddy Riley is. They just know him as the guy who did a few auto-tune harmonies on a few New Jack Swing records. They don't know the extent of
I think what we're missing here, I think the very nuanced thing that we're overlooking here is that Teddy Riley, both and Babyface are well into their 50s. Babyface is almost 60 years old. These niggas don't know about Instagram. So I think Teddy Riley was like, all right, let's do it on Instagram. And then literally was like, oh, I don't like the way this sounds. And if you think I'm going to play these immaculate sounds that I've made a luxurious history off of and played over this, I think you're mistaking, pal. And I think he was talking through it in real life. I don't think it was a ploy. And I mean, like I said, granted, I loved most of the other battles.
I just want to point out too that these aren't short form type of artists. Like they're not here to give you. They're not just on Instagram or on social media.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure.
Hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour concert artists. Like they're there to put on a show.
Babyface probably don't even know his password to his Instagram.
Babyface is almost 60 years old and he's still doing 3 hour concerts. You feel me?
He don't know his password to his Instagram account.
Teddy's
know that shit.
more like
Their kids run that shit.
So.
Teddy's literally on the road. Like these niggas not about to play.
My point is I don't blame them either though. I blame Swiss and Timberland. I blame there not being that fucking strategy to this entire thing until
they're learning on the fly.
I can't blame them. I can't blame them. They're learning it on the fly.
Because you have to keep in mind that just like in all things that we do in hip hop, we do it, we keep it to ourselves, and then everybody wants to be fucking nosy and wants to put their nose in it to see what the fuck we're doing. We watched something that was a solid 30, maybe 20, 30,000 people, fuck you, Mouse, in a live that went all the way up to 250,000 views, 300,000 views in the course of 2 weeks.
Okay, wait, can we talk about that? What's the show that Swiss and Tim are going to be on? Is it Good Morning America?
They was on Good Morning America today.
Yeah, talking about this. How do you guys feel?
It's well deserved.
It is
well deserved. But I also, we know how I feel about the whites. So I don't want them to be co-opted, and because then that's when we're gonna lose it. That is when we're gonna start seeing Britney versus Christina.
So it's Bad Boys too. Then it's Bad Boys too.
Think about it. This is the most hip hop thing to happen in hip hop in years. The whole battle mentality. The whole fuck it. I'm waiting. I'm loving that rappers are giving each other smoke for it. I love the whole French calling out Jimmy thing. I'm waiting for DJs to stop being all friendly in New York.
Yeah, I don't
start calling each other out and start having the DJ battles again.
I don't want no rappers. I don't want no rappers.
I'm not battling anybody.
I really don't want to see any rappers going ball for ball with each other.
No, I don't think it's.
No, they're going song for song.
Song for song. Yeah.
But I don't want to see that. I think this is a very niche thing. This has to be for the behind the scenes people.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Could get it off?
Because they deserve their flowers, bro.
You don't think DJs could get it off?
No, it's not your song. Move.
Yeah,
it's not juice. Fuck out of here.
I think this is beautiful because the people, the world did not know who Jonte Austin was, but they did after that battle. That's important. I think we should focus on that because that gives those people their flowers in the moment, and it extends their legacy to work with newer artists. I think it was Sean Garrett who, even though he lost and got his ass whooped, he played that Her record and it was interesting.
In my opinion, Sean Garrett won.
Why?
Why what?
He had a crazy comeback.
I was going for Sean the whole time. He was acting in a pocket.
He was in his bag.
He sobered up halfway through.
He sobered up when he got that call from Quiz. This is not to say that he has a better catalog than Dream, but I think he played his hand much better because Dream was very, very cocky and he let a few records off that he shouldn't have played.
I'm not a Dream fan, and I think Dream won.
No, I think Sean Garrett won.
I'm a Dream fan, and I think Sean took that. I think
Sean edged it. Yeah. I'm a Dream fan.
Sean being too fucked up distracted me from appreciating the battle.
Sean Garrett played Loving You like it was niggas in Paris. We're not going to do that. That is his only claim to fame, my nigga. We're not going to get
that.
What are you talking about?
How Robbie get in these conversations, yo?
I don't know.
Bro, we're not going
I'm just like to throw haymakers and just shoot for the stars.
You just like to just say dumb shit.
Yo, Torian, are you and Rob related and we don't know? Is this your cousin? How does he keep getting in these conversations?
So you're going to tell me that Sean Garrett really beat out Dream?
I don't think so, but it's not what you said. It's definitely not what you said.
Good, bro.
It's one thing to win, but you're just trying to play Sean Garrett at this point.
He played himself.
Sean Garrett fuck one of your girls, Rob?
No. I don't even know. I don't make enough money to me and Sean Garrett to have the same women. Man, but after this battle, I don't know.
Stuff like that, man.
That's how you feel. After this battle,
after this battle, I think it probably may be a lot easier than what I thought.
Not if you keep talking. They gonna want to give you the pussy, and you gonna talk, and they like, never mind. Next.
So Sean Garrett was just doing I don't know. I've always liked his music.
Did y'all see the one with 50 Cent and Ja Rule, where Ja Rule challenged 50 and 50 kind of like played him like
greatest beef ever.
Yeah,
I did see a meme where they had Ja Rule on some bum's head, and that's not a politically incorrect. That's not a politically correct term, but they had Ja Rule had Ja Rule's head on a homeless person's body and holding up a sign that says "We'll battle 50 Cent for attention" or some shit.
50 posted.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
What do you have it scored?
I got it close, but I got 50 winning.
50.
I got it 12. I got it 12-8-50.
I got it edged. I got it edged 50, but only because of timing. I think 50 would if Ja was smart, and I don't think Ja's smart enough to time it right.
He wasn't smart enough to win the battle either.
I think that Ja's too emotional to go up with 50.
Exactly.
They both have amazing catalogs, but Ja
Yeah.
bag.
All right, let's stop.
Ja's solo career was longer and more successful than 50.
What?
Yeah, but a lot of that is
Wait.
I see you, Reg.
I'm not talking about albums, like not album sales.
Nah, that's not 100% accurate, Reg. That's
Reg,
not 100% accurate.
Words.
Let him finish his
Not
point. Let him finish his
100%
point.
accurate, Reg.
Okay, Eli, let me break it down for you. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you, baby girl.
Ja Rule's career started in when?
98. 98.
Vinny Vitti Vici. What was the hits off that album? He had Holla
Holla
Holla.
Holla.
There are no hits off that album.
No,
Holla
Holla's the hit.
Holla Holla is a hit.
He got like what, like 2 or 3 hits on that album?
Can I get
2
it?
at most. I think Rule 336 has 3 or 4 hits on there.
Rule 336 has hits.
Somebody fact check that.
Fact check it. We know that.
Me and You, Put It On Me. What else? I Cry.
That's off Rule 30. That's off Rule.
Rule 336.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. VD don't have no hits. It has some noise makers.
Vinny Vici had Holla.
That wasn't a hit. Nobody. Does that even chart?
Holla Holla charted.
Holla Holla charted.
Yeah, Holla.
It had Kill 'Em with Jay.
That didn't. I know that didn't chart.
That's about. Oh, it's Murder with Jay and DMX.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't chart. That was a hit lead. That wasn't
that one.
It didn't have hits. It had like.
It had noise makers. It had some street solidifiers.
My point
Exactly.
The hits don't start until Rule 336.
Saying that from 50's trajectory of Get Rich to Curtis, right? Is that where we would enter that?
No, you can't do that.
Why?
Because you have to start at G Unit Radio. You have to start at Power of a Dollar.
No,
you have to start there because that's
absolutely.
I'm starting from his first album.
No, that's not fair. You can't do that.
To include Power of a Dollar. You have to.
You can't. First of all, you can't do that because they had 2 different.
What's the hits on Power of a Dollar?
How to Rob.
Okay, so you got How to Rob, but then I can't say.
I take How to Rob
your life's
over everything.
How to Rob was a regional hit.
How to Rob, everything off Ja Rule's first album was a regional hit. And I'm taking How to Rob. I'm taking How to Rob.
Josh was knocking.
If this is How to Rob and this is the entire Ja Rule first album, I'm going How to Rob.
Nah, you're wrong. Holla Holla was way bigger than How to Rob.
That's what I'm saying.
In New York,
regional.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
They both were regional. They both were regional hits.
Nah, Holla was big.
How to Rob was a street hit. That wasn't that was barely a regional hit.
How to Rob was a street hit. Holla Holla was a hit.
Yeah, that was a hit.
He toured.
They was playing that shit on MTV, bro. That was like on MTV's TRL.
Nigga, that's not what got him on the Hard Knock Life tour. Can I Get It is what got him on the Hard Knock Life tour.
I didn't say what got him on. I said that's what he performed as his own solo song. Can I Get It? He performed with a Mill and Hove. But what
Ja Rule
performed by himself on.
Wasn't Ja Rule opening that tour?
Yeah, he performed Holla Holla.
And then nothing else. Take your ass into the back.
But I'm just saying Holla Holla was the song for him.
What I'm saying is if we're being honest, you can't start. If you say, for Reg's statement to hold true, you would have to take in totality of both of their trajectory and start points. Ja Rule didn't have mixtapes. Ja Rule had an end with Supreme and Irv Gotti.
Yes. But we're talking about 25th.
If they battle and they do 20 tracks each, Holla Holla is definitely getting played. So you have to put that into
and that's going to be
he's going to lose round one. He will lose round one, but it's going to be played.
No, you're not.
Just said, we're taking into the account of how these battles will be structured, right? Because we're not going to play anything. Realistically, they're probably not going to play anything before the debut unless 50 wants to get disrespectful and play an actual diss record toward John on the live.
Oh, like
he could play Wankster. He could play Wankster.
Wankster getting played.
I smell pussy.
Played. I smell pussy is getting played.
That's what. Yeah.
He's not even 50. Wouldn't even be battling to win. He would just be battling to be disrespectful.
Which
he's
is
gonna
why
play.
That Ja Rule would be too emotional, and
he's gonna play G on the radio
with strategy.
He's gonna play G in the radio clips.
50's whole point would just be to embarrass him.
Another thing is Ja Rule handles the beef well. It's Irv Gotti who's emotional when it comes to
No, Ja Rule did not handle that beef well, or he would have crushed 50 the minute 50 would have said his name.
I'm not saying that Ja would have won, but I'm saying Ja Rule also was going through a fucking legal battle with the feds.
So Ja Rule did not handle that battle well.
Isn't he going through a legal battle with the feds now too?
Over that pride.
If anything, that's consistency.
The other one was he was going.
Okay, so
listen, I hear all the excuses.
To add more clarity to what I was saying from the speaking of the trajectory of Get Rich to Curtis, like those were his 4 solo albums, compared to Ja Rule from Vinny Viddy to Last Temptation, say, or RULE. That's what I was saying.
Wait, what's the question?
Like 50 Cent's drop off compared to Ja Rule's drop off. 50 Cent dropped off like if we just had to put career, not like the time frame or whatever like that. Like
even when he dropped,
did have a better his drop off.
Even when no, what are y'all talking about?
But you know what? You could argue that 50 didn't drop off; he pivoted.
Thank you.
Ja Rule got dropped off by 50.
Yo, y'all gotta remember when Ja Rule dropped off, he dropped off the face of the earth. When 50 Cent dropped off, he went from selling 10 million albums to 2 million albums. We're talking 2 different drop-offs here.
I don't know. I feel like you're just saying stuff now.
Yeah, because
how much
Kanye West outsold?
How much did Before I Self-Destruct sell?
You didn't say Before I Self-Destruct. You said Curtis.
No, but we're talking about
what the fuck you doing?
The conversation.
He's typing.
This nigga is doing his nails. He is not typing.
Is that Eli?
Words mean things, Reg. You said Curtis.
Okay, but we started talking about who fell off when, and so
you were saying from the time. So you said the trajectory to Curtis. So Curtis is where your marker is that 50 fell off. He didn't fall off. Kanye outsold him.
But then I would say fall off even musically because Curtis wasn't a good album.
Says who?
I just said it.
That's everybody.
I can't wait till y'all have your Oxcord battle. Woo, boy.
If Rex pulls up to the scene while if AO technology gets played, we're not doing this.
All I'm saying, Reg.
Am I the only person that likes AO technology?
But it could get played, and the public would still be putting fire emojis in the IG Live.
No, they wouldn't.
Because you know what it is? You guys are forgetting. It's not like there's somebody at the door of the IG Live only giving out tickets to purists. Like there's other people in these battles paying attention.
Look, that's what you're gonna see. That's all you're gonna see in the comments.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But then there's gonna be a bunch of other people that are gonna be all because there are people that get hyped just because they fucking remember the songs. They don't have to have liked it. They probably hated it when they came out, and they're gonna be like, "Oh shit!"
Bet money. Robbie goes that record.
One.
Bet money. That record dropped, and Robbie put fire emojis in the comments.
Yo, so, all right, let me say this. What would you say is 50 Cent's last hit? I Get Money?
Big Rich Town.
Yeah, Big Rich Town. Easily.
Nah. I'm the man.
That was a radio record. That was a
Bitch, I'm the man with Chris Brown was his last big one.
Big Rich Town is after that, and it's a bigger hit.
Or anything like that. What I'm saying is Ja Rule's last hit was what? I'm From New York?
Was New York?
Was it?
First of all, the name of the song is New York. Let's be respectful.
No. What it was either Clapback or it was the song with Bobby Brown.
No.
First of all, Clapback. First of all,
Eli, where's your time frame?
Eli.
Where's your time frame?
Eli. Eli, how much do you smoke?
Yes.
How much do you smoke?
No, you're wrong. New York came out
because Thug Lovin' comes out in a complete. Thug Lovin' comes out a whole album before New York, before the New York record. I think New York is on Pain Is Love or something like that.
Yeah.
And Thug Lovin'.
Yeah, it was one of the, I'm just saying that it's one of those two. It's one of those two records.
No, I think Torian
records on the album before.
Torian would be closer to right. It was probably New York.
New York is Ja Rule. Like it's either New York or Beautiful. Those were like one of his
Wonderful.
Beautiful. You mean Wonderful?
Mesmerized.
Wonderful.
There you go. Wonderful.
Wonderful. What was Mesmerized though?
Mesmerized wasn't a hit, but that was on.
It was on.
That's on the same. That's on the Pain Is Love album. If I'm.
So
Mesmerized came later.
Mesmerize is on The Last Temptation, I think. Yeah, with Thug Lovin'.
Last Temptation. Yeah. Okay. That's a great intro.
I just went through all the albums. That would only have 13 to 14 hits. He could bank off of that. He'd have to go off of features after that. So I'm
he's
giving
not
him
getting it. Here goes the thing. Ja Rule, this is what we're talking about. If Ja Rule plays these records, and if we just being like honest here, if Ja Rule plays these big records, just the fact that they have to go up against 50, those records are not gonna hold up. So I'm scoring this. 50 is sticking this nigga. It's 20 zip.
Yeah, I always thought that 50 was gonna have it, but I just feel like you gotta be fair to what Ja Rule has.
Yes, but if we're talking about the battle and like you gotta take in, so with this battle shit, you gotta take in experience, you gotta take in like the surprise factor. Just the fact that Ja Rule, who is the loser, is standing in front of 50, he's all like the scores are already not going to be fair. Every record he's played, you're gonna be like, oh, that's fire. And then 50's gonna play something, you're gonna be like, oh, and you're gonna remember that this record is the reason why you stopped listening to that other record. That's why I'm saying 50 wins this 20.
I think our judgment is a little less clouded now because back then we rooted for 50 because he was the underdog and because he came out so reckless.
But Ja Rule had good records, but did Ja Rule have any records better than 50?
I say
no.
As long as he doesn't play Candy Shop, he should be fine.
Nigga. What actually happened?
You could. Candy Shop is a terrible song. Don't do that, Mouse.
So is Mesmerized.
Yeah, but people get hyped.
That's the tail end. I'll give you that.
Ashanti saved that song.
No, nobody can save that song.
You can put it on me against half of. Put it on me doesn't. I mean, 21 questions doesn't win against Put It On Me.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, repeat that.
21 questions does not win against Put It On Me.
Nah,
Put It On Me. Put It On Me or the Put It On Me remix.
I don't even want that.
You're bugging. You're completely bugging.
21 questions would smoke Put It On Me.
Absolutely.
And we're talking about in a battle.
The remix?
People walk down the aisle to fucking Put It On Me. What are you talking about?
What aisle? What aisle?
What wedding are you talking about?
You're talking about the aisle of Walmart.
I never know them.
Like Torian talks about these weddings that no one's ever been to.
Y'all wilding at Mill Baby.
Who are these? A lot more weddings than a lot of people too.
Yo.
And you've never heard nobody walk. You've never heard nobody walk down the aisle to that.
No,
I've never heard.
That's crazy. That's
a sick wedding.
Now I know Torian. Now I know Torian and Rob are cousins. Because that's some Rob shit.
So you never been to a wedding somebody walked down the aisle of All I Need by Method Man and Mary J. Blige?
That's not Put It On Me though.
First of all, no.
That's fire though. That's fire. I'll give you that is fire.
That like okay.
I walked down the aisle to award.
That exceeds level.
Here goes the thing. The answer to answer your question, Torian. No, I've never been to a wedding and anybody's walked down to All I Need. No.
Well, I
no. That's a good wedding song though. It is a good wedding.
Are you married?
That was a good wedding though.
Are you married, Robbie?
No,
but how would you know what's a good wedding song? I'm not taking your advice on anything.
Okay, so
sounds pretty nice. That's a good bop. Like I can see that.
I'm trying to listen to the young lady. Shut up, Robbie.
I have a question about verses in general.
Okay.
Mostly because I just want to hear James's take. So I'm
wait, hold on, I got you.
Everybody else here verses, right? James, tell us how you feel about verses.
I just feel like we have to set a higher bar. Like I get it's. I mean, I think I'm reiterating what I said earlier, but I get that it's good for the culture as far as, you know, like it's fun to see these celebrities kind of like pitted against each other. And I think it's great as far as, you know, educating like the younger generation to the music and shit. But I feel like the bar needs to be way higher than this. I think it's corny.
What does that mean?
So,
Like,
so
how do you
James,
set
what
the
you're
bar
saying is,
higher for this?
I think James is coming from an extremely pure standpoint.
Artists
So
against
James-
each other appropriately. Like I said before, like why the fuck would you put Manny Fresh against Scott Storch?
Why wouldn't you?
So James, what you're saying is you're waiting.
I would rather pit Manny Fresh against Juicy J or.
So who would you put Scott Storch against?
Somebody like that. Like I want to see New Orleans Bounce versus Miami Bass. I want to see.
So
New
who would
Orleans
you
Bounce versus?
So
like,
who would you put? Who would you put Scott Storch against?
I would put Scott Storch against.
Mike Will made it. I don't know.
Yeah, not Mike Will made it. But
Florian, stop your shit. You're trying to piss me off
Mike right now. But
I mean,
I'm just saying I don't think of that matchup. Like, and it's
Let
like
me- before.
So where do we put
hold on. Before she said, I think Jamesy is coming from an extremely purist standpoint, and I understand it. But what we have to
to be fair, I am. Yeah.
Right. What we have to do is acknowledge nuance, and this is a very new space. And when boxing was created, the point system wasn't there. The use of a ref probably wasn't there. Niggas were just out there trying to punch each other's lights out. And then people begin to break it down and say, okay, let's structure it this way and let's have this here. So I don't even think we're 10. If we're being honest, are we 10 battles in yet? Like we gotta give this thing some time to expand. We gotta give it some time to mold and grow. Like
I definitely like where it's going given the last battle.
Just let me know when Soulja Boy is gonna.
It's just
that's it. That's all I want to know.
You just really wanted to say
We
that.
still didn't give our take.
So you saying Soulja Boy doesn't have a fighting chance battling anyone?
No,
absolutely.
I wouldn't even want to entertain seeing that battle. Like,
so then that's my follow-up question.
Bro,
who would we?
Rob, you gotta stop sounding like the timeline, bro. Come with like actual opinions, bro. Like
Soulja Boy is a vet.
Shit out, bro.
Nah, we're not doing that. We're not gonna
sounding like the timeline.
Like,
so you're saying Soulja Boy doesn't have any hits and couldn't battle anybody?
He's got hits, but he can't. He don't stand a chance next to nobody, bro. Stop it.
Wait, while we're talking,
he probably gonna give you a 1.5 of a round. Like, stop it, bro. Cut it out, man.
Hold on. Doing the ad libs, I have.
I love and respect Soulja Boy just as much as anybody else. But stop it, bro. Just stop it
like that.
Wait, I have a question.
I trust me, man.
Some people don't
I respect Soulja Boy, but I'm good.
You know Soulja Boy gave us Versace with Migos, right? We know that.
Yeah, I was there when it happened.
Okay.
All right.
Let's start wrapping it up, guys. Let's get closing statements.
I thought she had a question. Wait, she had a question. She had a question.
Well, my question was going to be, because you were doing the ad libs, apart from the Verzuz battles, does anybody have thoughts on Quarantine Radio?
No, I haven't watched one episode.
You haven't watched one? Tory Lanez is quite entertaining. I'm not going to lie. If music doesn't work out for him, he definitely has.
It's not working out for him.
I'm more interested. I'm more entertained by the recaps than actually sitting there and watching it.
Okay, I do too. I like the recaps. I won't watch.
Yeah, I don't actually watch the show, but I like that. The show. I like that. Apart from like Demon Time, he also has like he highlights people to share their talents and all this bullshit. I think it's a cute way to make time during the quarantine. And I do enjoy Tory's music, but I also feel like he's getting a lot more attention off of that than he was for his music in a lot of different. In the mainstream,
whatever floats his boat, I guess.
I mean, well, he lived up to the hype because the album that he put out, New Toronto 3, this shit bangs. Like, I fuck with it.
Bangs?
Yeah, I fuck with it.
But I'm the timeline. Okay.
So,
all right. So,
not at all.
Right.
I'm not even a Tory fan like that, but I fuck with the album. I think
this whole thing because what happened past.
I'm not saying like, yo, this is a great album. Everybody must hear this.
It bangs?
All right, so let's get into.
Yo, you muted him?
Let's get into the DJ Premier and the RZA battle, right? The RZA comes in late. He shows up with a black vest, a black sleeveless vest, and black gloves.
Yo,
Dressed like a nigga from Staten Island.
Dressed like a nigga from Staten Island. And we got Primo being his, his big Sagittarius energy self. He just chilling, just happy to be there, nonchalant, and everything like that. A lot of people thought that Primo was just going to blow RZA out the water, but RZA really came and RZA was very prepared. You could tell that RZA was like ready to go, and he had a set list ready for this battle. Where like you could see like Primo was just like, all right, let's just see where it goes. Let's just go with the flow. So let's talk about that, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
All right, Mena, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I think that if Jonta and Neo were a gentleman's duel, then Premier and RZA were very much like a chess match. Like that was a great pairing. That was an awesome opportunity to watch two of the biggest in the game, like especially historically. I thought Premier was going to take it, and it had me on the edge of my seat because I kind of, with the exception of the technical difficulty showing their age.
No, not on Premier's. Not on Premier.
Yeah, but RZA be in the dungeon, so he had to come up for air and figure it out real quick. But I think that's the best thing that's ever happened to us in a long time, and I think we'll be talking about it for years to come.
I think so.
RZA had to turn the 5G back on because I feel like he really believes in those theories.
What about it,
right, just like you said, I thought that Premier was gonna take it because his catalog is just so crazy. Like his range is insane. It's so much shit that he produced that people don't even know about. So I felt like he would just dig into that bag, but he went too light in the first 10 songs. It was just too light. It wasn't until the second half, and I felt like that was his theory too, to go light and then lead into the heavier shit. But RZA was out the gate, he kept it consistent. Even with the sound shit, he still had people on his side. So it just worked out for him better.
RZA came on his Art of War shit.
Yeah, I felt like Primo was playing a lot of his personal favorites.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
A lot of his personal favorites, and instead of crowd pleasers, because if Primo would have went all crowd pleasers, songs that he knew for a fact would get everybody going, I think it would have been an unfair match. But I also think that RZA, Wu-Tang Nation is a thing, and RZA knows that, and RZA played his hand very, very well. I would really say that. Shout out to RZA's
a lot of the songs
in the living room.
A lot of the records that RZA was playing I'm pretty sure that a lot of us have moments. We have memories. We remember what we was doing at the time when those records dropped. With Primo, it was kind of yeah, these songs knock, but
Primo had bad.
I think it's the other way around. Actually,
there was a lot of bangers that he missed out on.
This type of battle, you can't go in there with gangstar songs. Unfortunately, it's not going to work.
He could have played Right Where You Stand, and he would have been fine.
Yeah, but you couldn't. He played too many gangstar songs. He gave, honestly, to me, every gangstar, maybe besides Just to Get. Nah, he lost every round. He gave a gangstar beat too. He gave a gangstar one too.
People went crazy when they played above.
It's not the style that you have to go in there with, and I think it was a lot closer than people expected. But I still give it to Premier.
Nah, I gave it all to. I was going in there going for Preem, but I walked out of there nah, RZA got that.
I think also.
Do you think everybody knew the songs that RZA was playing?
Yeah, joints he put in, which is the Kanye, Nas and Rakim, the classic shit, which I didn't understand him throwing out, and the Christina Aguilera one, that was so wrongly placed.
That was just I got hits with everybody. That was
absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually scored that Christina Aguilera record to Premier, so.
Yeah, I think that was a flex of him showing it's more than you think.
I still think Premier took it.
Really?
I think Premier took it too.
I feel like RZA took it personally.
I think a lot of this boils down to. I think a lot of this boils down to what was the cool shit, right? Premier was playing the cool nigga shit. Premier was playing the shit that the niggas you looked up to growing up, they was bumping.
Right.
RZA was playing the shit you was like, man, get that 5% of shit up out of here, brother.
I felt like I needed a.
I dated a 5%er, so I was into it.
I felt like I needed a.
Sorry for that, Queen. My apologies.
Okay, we all grow.
Yeah.
And I felt like I had older brothers and cousins that matched both, so I went with both. Like,
yeah, I'm personally more of a
everything-
Premier fan.
Everything that RZA played, I was like, wow, I feel old and I'm not that old. Like, it's cool to hear it, but I didn't grow up on a lot of that Wu-Tang shit, to be honest with you. So it was like, for me, I was like, I know of it, but it wouldn't be the songs I would play in a battle necessarily.
But I also feel like that kind of brings us back to what Mouse was talking about earlier. These are legends, and a lot of it is them having fun. Like, it's not necessarily
them trying to
catered
win
to the public as much as it is we came here to fucking
we're kind of loosely trying to form the strategy for them, and like they're just kind of just running with it.
They have
Little John kind of looked like they were.
These guys have personal relationships with each other. So there's certain things they may have talked about or something that they know that it's just sparked something in the other. Not so much as they're playing also for the crowd, but it may be just for each other and their relationship. Also, the beats they know that they're playing.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, between that and I guess everybody's waiting for this Kanye and Pharrell battle that will never get even.
I would like to say on record that people saying Pharrell when they mean the Neptunes. Exactly. Thank you.
Because if it's Pharrell, Kanye wins by a landslide, right?
It's the Neptunes.
Absolutely.
100%.
But I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about that, where it's like he still had a hand in that creation. We just saw Scott Storch play a bunch of shit that he just played the piano on.
No, that's true. I know. I just hate that people don't give Chad his credit. Like, that's more of my beef. I do understand like that for.
And I think to be fair, I think Chad likes it that way. Like he likes playing the background, but I want more for him.
Yeah, I feel like Chad calls Pharrell a bum ass nigga when they in the studio.
No, they don't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I feel like maybe he probably.
No, he doesn't.
Shut up, Robbie.
Number one, he doesn't use the word nigga. Number one, at all. Nigga don't leave his mouth.
Not Chad.
He don't leave Chad's mouth.
I think the only reason I want Chad to get that or like the label of the Neptunes too is because like we all know this music, but like we said, this has been opened up to a whole new generation. Like I want Gen Z to know too. Like I feel like you need to know. Pharrell didn't cook this up, a lot of these classics up on his own.
Yeah.
I also want people to put more respect on Kanye's name, producing.
I think he gets most of his respect from producing.
Nah, but people.
I don't think Kanye needs any more things on his name.
No, what I'm saying is that people saying like the Neptune's going to wash him, like Kanye don't like doesn't like craft hits is crazy.
Now, who said that?
There are a lot of people like that.
Bobby's timeline said that.
I didn't say anything.
Kanye would smoke both of them niggas. Are you weak? Like, let's not play.
To Neptune's defense, Kanye didn't own an era of producing.
So
what?
He didn't own that era.
His era of producing was his era.
Years.
I know what you mean.
Neptune's had like a good block of at least 2 to 3 years where it was just Neptunes.
Yeah.
Nah, Reg, nah, like
that's sped up sample. That's no up sample. Because think about what he's saying. What he's basically saying is everybody's go-to thing was to go to the Neptune. Kanye was a little more choosy because Kanye was sticking to under the Rockefeller umbrella. He was working with very chosen other people, but Kanye wasn't just working with everybody.
All right, Kanye became a solo artist, but Kanye literally revolutionized the soul sample.
I get that part, but I'm talking.
I would say revitalized.
Like the Neptune.
No, he revolutionized it.
Revolutionized versus revitalized?
So listen,
soul sampling
with anybody and go in and they literally every sound at the time sounded like them. Even other producers.
Like Neptune's sound is a thing. Like, and it was a thing for years where they were on every radio station. Like they fit into every mode.
Because they were more so producers and Kanye was a solo artist. But
that's what I'm saying.
But Kanye's production for other artists is still amazing. And his soul sample, like, and what he did for the soul sample, like, people like sampling period was laughed at, and then Kanye really started doing it, and him and Just Blaze were at the forefront of it, but Kanye was the face of it.
No, I get that, but I'm saying what Neptune's literally had a block of time where a song on the radio, you knew the Neptunes did it because they were just the it producers. Like,
so because they were
songs you heard was up.
So I'm just saying in their catalog, they have like years of material where they lived on the radio.
Kanye, I hear you. Kanye's still gonna smoke them niggas. If Kanye goes against Neptunes, if Kanye goes up against the Neptunes, he's walking away with a +5 margin at least.
It'll be a great battle, but he's not smoking the Neptunes. That's
+5.
We talked about wording, Mouse.
You hear what I'm saying? +5.
I don't think he's smoking them.
If somebody gets you if you get a +5 victory, that's a smoke. And I'm telling you, Kanye might go over 5.
Nah, man.
You got to remember, what is the Neptunes gonna do when they start playing all these rap songs that start to sound redundant? What are they gonna do when he plays "You Don't Know My Name"? What is he gonna do when he plays "I Changed My Mind"? Or what is he gonna do when they play Overnight Celebrity? What is Neptune going to do
when he plays Irreplaceable right after "You Don't Know My Name"? The sample within the sample. Come on.
What are you going to do?
Those are great records. I actually have a whole playlist of Kanye produced R&B records.
That's what I'm saying.
What it is afterwards. I would like to hear it.
I got you.
Or you can just use it in the rap battle, in the Oxford battle. You can do that.
Red, you bring whatever smoke you want. Red.
Oh, you gonna do that?
Red, you got 30. Red, you got 30 minutes to do what you need to do. You got 30 minutes to call the tribe, alert whatever African dignitaries you need to get them in there to help you out. Smoke will be handed out.
You gotta beat this nigga now. You cannot let him.
Yo, you take it. Yo, Red, just remember, there's a nigga in your corner who lost twice already. The nigga gassing you up lost twice already.
Rob. Come on, Rob. I gotta do it. I gotta take this win for you, man.
Reg,
look, you gonna die for G, baby.
With a little Saint.
Can't believe you really played Shake Your Tail Feather.
Not a bad record.
It's not a bad record, bro. Are we doing it?
It's a bad record, but it's just that you thought the audience.
Yo, you was going through your shit like, oh, this will get them.
Wait a minute. Just in. Shake Your Tail Feather is a terrible record.
Fuck it is.
Wow.
All right, guys. We 90 minutes in.
Editing to do.
That's crazy.
I edited to do it.
I refuse to believe that you play that on a regular, Rob. You be holding on to the phone with the 6 playing?
I bet he does.
So between the only 2 records that you're playing off of that soundtrack is
La La La.
La 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 and Tail Feather gets played.
Tail Feather gets played?
Eli, that's a big ass night for that orange, man.
That's a who's what?
That's a big night for that little orange.
No. I want to get back to this thing, Rob.
I think Tail Feather gets played in parties.
What parties are you going to, Rob?
Not parties today, Rob.
If you're doing
parties in the past.
I'm saying if you're doing a themed party, you don't think, like if you're doing a 2000s party, you don't think.
I've never heard Shake Your Tail Feather at a 2000s party.
I would never do that.
Tell him, Jamesy. Tell him, Jamesy.
Like,
and why?
Listen, the last thing I would ever do is drop that shit. Oh, and I go, hold on, you remember this shit?
We about to take it back.
Why would I even fathom? I would get kicked out the building.
Yo, we need to put that on a shirt. I would never do that. This is Rob.
I would never do that and stop sounding like the timeline on its.
Rob, you gotta find your
FKB exclusive touring. You might as well put that out for merch.
Rob, you gotta find your new
right there.
Rob is out here caping for Shake Your Tail Feather. He said it's playing in parties. Yo, him saying it's been playing in parties is like when Torian said, yeah, I heard people walk down the aisle to put it on me.
They do.
Mouse, you don't even want to see the GIF that I have of Rob.
I don't.
Damn, Eli.
Oh, Lord.
I don't.
Yo.
Eli, do you want to talk about the video I have for you?
Yo, bro, but you no. That's my heater because you got me that one time when you held the camera up on me. That's mine, bro. That's mine.
Oh, you
that's
hit him
mine.
with
I got heat for you, kid. I got heat for you.
You hit him with the shorty.
Yeah, like this is how Eli reaches.
That's crazy.
I was like, this is how Eli.
Don't worry, bro. I got you.
But I wasn't bringing that up. Like that's group chat shit. Like you just trying to. I get
Now,
it.
why you pulling up? Why are you so petty, card? Why you pulling that card for?
You can just ask Mouse to get you in at the door, bro. You don't have to make.
I've never asked anybody to get me in, bro.
You don't have to do that.
Don't ever pull that card, bro. Abilan, Torian, James, and Reg.
What?
I ain't never pulled that card. Fuck out of here.
You know what? I'm not gonna say anything.
Jamesy has.
I'm not gonna say anything. It's cool.
And yet you have said everything.
Wow, Eli, you asked Jamesy to get you in?
I'm not saying a word.
I mean,
maybe once or twice.
I mean, it's James. That's like our friend.
That's my man's. Like, come on,
my friend.
You just said you never asked nobody to get you in nowhere.
Say that.
But for the most part, I don't be asking people to
that was for the most part. It went from never ever to now for the most part.
Never ever to the most part.
Wrap it up, guys.
You looking like Robbie at the buffet.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Wrap it up.
I was waiting. I don't know if I figured
This goes to that fat narrative. And I don't pick at my fat friends.
I never said that. I said I don't talk about fat women. I talk about my fat friend.
Put out where he was like, "Oh, she fucking a fat nigga." It's hilarious.
Yo, Skip got a lot of nerve. Skip got a lot of nerve.
Yo, Tori, I was tight. I was like, "Oh, she's fucking a fat nigga." I said, "Issa is fucking on a fat nigga." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, the timeline was that it was very interesting.
Yo, and then Robbie felt so seen. Like Robbie felt so validated. Robbie was on me and Corey's live like, yo, can we talk about the body shaming that's taking place?
It was wild. It was wild because niggas was acting like, okay.
Yo, shut the fuck up, AOC. Like, who are you now? Like,
all right, whatever, man. I'm done.
Yo. All right, I would.
Yo, Robbie was like, "It's my time." He's fucking on a fat nigga.
Shut the fuck up.
I needed the night.
That's my time.
Very much time.
Yo, Robbie, it's 60 degrees. It's like 50 degrees in the crib right now. You got a fan on?
No, nigga.
Oh wow. See.
Okay, so we're out of here.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done,
guys. Everybody, thank you guys for watching. I'm Torian B.
I'm First Class Reg.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
Is some people still sticking around, or are we all out?
No, man.
I'm about to go. I'm gonna leave, but I'm about to start editing and watch Infinity War and Endgame.
Wait, Torian, I feel like you have a lot of content here. Are you gonna do a two-parter?
A two-parter? I mean, I can try my best.
I feel like you should, because we talked a lot, but not all of it is trash.
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I didn't feel like I had much editing to do tonight.
If I'm you can drop a whole 90-minute one though.
I was about to say, nigga, we home. I was about to save this shit and just upload it to YouTube.
If I'm you, I would cut. If I'm you, I would cut every time Robbie talk.
All right, man. All right.
I thought I don't know why I sat here and thought he was really about to give me some advice.
No, I thought so too.
That's how you lead. That's how you get everybody off their rocker. It sounds very professional if you be like, if I'm you, niggas will listen like, well, okay. And you just hit them with the smoker. Bop, bop, bop.
Well, I'm about to go watch Endgame, so I'll leave the chat. Y'all still
going to Orc smoke, 9 p.m. I'm taking all challenges. Red,
James.
Say my shit right, player. It's a cocoa bag.
James, put a warm tea bag on. You hear me? A warm tea bag.
Don't you be wasting no tea bags.
If you have green tea, get a warm tea bag and put it on the sty.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yo, you're already in the crib. You're not going nowhere. Let the sty rock.
You gotta go on Twitch and fucking.
I mean, but gotta play with not from this angle.
Exactly. Let the sky be great.
I feel better. I wouldn't want that shit on my face. That's what I'm saying.
Has anyone ever let a sty do what a sty is here to do? It could be like a birth of something new. We don't know. We're always so extra to try and get rid of it. Let the sty rock.
What if it's the cure for all this shit?
I also never had a style, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm interested to see where this thing goes.
How would has a makeup artist on his rider, and he's going to tell you to let the style rock. That's crazy.
James, there's actually drops you could get in CVS for it. That you put.
Wait a minute. Rob had a joke. Say it again, Rob. No, wait, everybody be quiet. I want this to bomb.
I'm leaving.
No, you had a joke.
I'm doing this. I'm not.
You had a joke. I want this to bomb. I want everybody to hear it bomb. So go ahead, do it again. No, go ahead. Everybody pay attention. Rob has something he wants to say that's not funny. Go ahead, Rob.
I can't watch this fucking bullying anymore. I love you guys.
I have my friends with
Bye.
You. Really annoying.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I'm out of here.
Peace.
Wait, how do I get out of here? I don't know how to leave. I'm stuck.
You can leave.
Get out of here.
How do you leave?
I'm about to end the meeting. All right.
Oh, okay. Stop video. There you go. Nope, I'm still here. How do I get out of here? Oh, I see it.